Why imadlanga every time when there's something appearing there, bangabi neveni yamaphoyisa that is parked outside there? Honestly speaking, if I was Major General Sinona, tomorrow, mina bengeke ngibuye kumadlanga Commission of Inquiry. Bengiyoshaya eZikapol O'Sullivan straight angifuna ukutshela amanga. Major General Lesitsha Sinona, head of KZN DPCI, Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, in short, in brackets, head of KZN Hawks. Loshan, let's get to the summary of this gentleman testimony. Commission of Inquiry. So, adiqale. Always kumadlanga naku atalk, we start with the academic background ukuthi ufunde kuphi. So he said ukuthi he's got some couple of certificate and honors, of which is honoris causa. I don't know what is an honoris causa, guys. Let me know there in the comment section. Joined SAPS 1998 and then went through the ranks as usually. So the reason ukuthi this gentleman to appear here in the Commission of Inquiry is because of the witness X and witness C, and as well as Waba General Kumalo, the allegations that they brought against this gentleman. So this gentleman is appearing for those allegations. I'll go through some of the allegations when I just sit back and relax. Before ngiyakutene, let's clear something. Ngifuna ukuthi sibe on the same page. Let's explain about this gentleman. This gentleman, umntwana wakhe, his boy child, his name is Thato. Thato is about 33, 34. He's married with 2 beautiful kids, according to him. So Thato unama business ventures la sebenza khona in terms of tendering and whatnot. So some of those businesses Thato usebenza nobani no Vusimuzi Ket Matlala. So Vusimuzi Ket Matlala is a business associate no Thato. Thato ubabakhe ngu Sinona, the head of Hawks lapha KZN. I hope ukuthi siyabambana ngitsho. So uSinona ngubaba kaThatho. Let's go. One of the allegations zakababa kaThatho, it's improper use of DPCI information, ukulika kwe letter layer ye disbandment of the PKTT to ubani uVusimuzi Ket Matlala. So ubaba kaThatho, he was questioned ukuthi why did you send that letter, the disbandment letter, to uVusimuzi Ket Matlala? Because guys, you do not send any information via WhatsApp to somebody that has no interest about it. He could not answer, guys. Bamuvalela ekhoneni, he could not answer. There was senior counsel Hasim. Mina, obviously, I was hoping ukuthi uMahlapisilo was there, but also now she did an amazing job. So he could not answer ukuthi why did he send that letter to uVusimuzi Ket Matlala, because he claimed ukuthi some of the chats ebesefonini yakhe zinyamalele, but not knowingly ukuthi DPCI they downloaded the information from efonini kaKet. Niyakhumbula ukuthi Ket was arrested eKhoshimampur and then they found the phone. So that phone, it had some history of ama chats. This guy, he's also nakama chat now kumula ngisho. So there was like back and forth chat between this gentleman and Vusimuzi Ket Matlala. And also the other allegation is improper use of DPCI information to benefit uVusimuzi Ket Matlala, because that allegation bathi uyithumelele uVusimuzi Ket Matlala because of he wanted to Vusimuzi Ket Matlala to benefit some of the information ezenzeka ku-DPCI because of there was a recording, but before I get to the recording, they were still referencing to PKTT letter. He was not supposed to use his powers as the DPCI head, KZN, but athumele that letter to uVusimuzi Ket Matlala. And then he responded and said those allegations, they are so malicious, and he has nothing to do with those allegations. So waphikile, like technically. Ningakhohlwa guys, we are still talking about the same person. Niyasikhumbula le story lesi seziyobisi lezi bezibiza 200 million rand ezanyamalala eKZN ema-ofisini wama-Hawks. This is the same gentleman lo obeka isikhulu la iziyobisi leza zalahleka khona worth 200 million rand. Can you imagine? So when he was doing a presentation yakhe uSinona, he took some credit about July unrest that happened in KZN. Obviously we know with no Mr. Mkhwanazi, he said he took part in that July unrest to stop it. And then also he said he doesn't know Big Five. He doesn't know Big Five. The only Big Five he knows in Lwane. except in Lwane, he knows nothing about the Big Five. And then he also couldn't like differentiate between the cartel and the syndicate. He said ukuthi a cartel is a synonym of syndicate. Is it like that, guys? Let me know in the comment section, Guti. Is it cartel the synonym of a syndicate? Nah, the whole like major general of province DPCI doesn't like know Guti, what is a cartel, what is the difference between a cartel and a syndicate. I'm so disappointed. And then the other revelation is that, guys, Guti, the wife Umaga Tato, the wife of Lisicha Sinona, share the same surname as Vusimuzi Ket Matlala. When Usina Council wanted to question him, Guti, imbongo lezi hlobana njani, he became so arrogant. He said he doesn't want to answer that without any reason. Like, guys, this guy, he was so arrogant in the beginning. And also, Chairperson Umadlanga called him to order. No, you can't just say you don't want to be part of that. And also, lawyer yake, Miss Mafisa. Is it Miss Mafisa? Yes, Miss Mafisa said he doesn't want to be available tomorrow, Baba Tato. So he wants to appear in the Madlanga only one day. And then Madlanga pelas asizwanga wena uzwangati. Can you imagine? And the other thing is that Uti he has known Vusimuzi Ket Matlala since 2018. He was like a younger brother to him. And then the other thing is that like upigila allegations were made K 24, that 360 million rand tender that was won by Vusimuzi Ket Matlala yan agazi next. There was an SMS that was read lapha kuMadlanga saying he was threatened by Mr. Mkhwanazi. But when we listen to that SMS, guys, I can't find any threats. I will play you the video shortly now. Like angwatholi lama threats akhuluma ngawo. And then the other thing, guys, on the SMS, there were key people that they were mentioned there on the message. And then this guy, he didn't want to mention them. His lawyer, Umapisa, said this lawyer was playing advocate Ngcuka Itobi. Is the same thing. I wish so this lawyer, no, they can't release those names because what happened to witness D and then Futi. The whole case at end, Head of Hawks, Usaba, like those guys, Batibasho, those guys are very dangerous. Who do you think these two names are? Because one person was mentioned to Usibia, General Sibia, received 2 million rand from Vusimuzi Ket Matlala. Who do you think those other two names are? Let me know in the comment section. And also, he said he wants protection from a commission. Like, why do you want protection? Meanwhile, you don't want to release names. Let's start there. You want a protection from the commission, but you do not want to release amagama wabantu. And then also, he mentioned to Basho, Baba Tato, he arranged a meeting between General Mkhwanazi and Vusimuzi Ket Matlala. Like, why ahlanganisa a meeting? Like, I'm trying to balance. Yena ungenapi nje between the two. Vusimuzi Ket Matlala ukhonile ukuhlanganisa meeting noBheki Cela bayokuhlangana. Yena nje sekafuna ukuimplicate uMkhwanazi ukuthi he wanted to meet with Vusimuzi Ket Matlala. Guys, like, does it make sense? Then before the house was adjourned, there was a video about 15 seconds that was played. That was somebody from supply chain saying, no, they need to start the process of tendering and stuff. And then that video, it was exchanged between Ubaba Tato, no Vusimuzi Ket Matlala. And then he was cross-questioned, what is the interest of that video? But he couldn't answer. First thing tomorrow morning, if he appears in the Madlanga, he must account because Umafisa le lawyer lakhe she said that video, it was not part of the annex charge, so they need to receive that video and analyze it. Guys, gunengi. Uket Matlala bekana ubruska abanengi ne. Ngapha bo Julius Mkhwanazi, ngapha bo Brand Mogotsi, ngapha bo Sinona, ngapha bo. Guys, let me know in the comment section what do you think about today's testimony. But mina ukube bekunguye uSinona bengeke ngibuye tomorrow. Because there's no way this guy, actually guys, I think kukhona okhunye this gentleman akufihlayo. Like, why are protector the Big Five? Uyisabani? Huh? What is there to lose? Because already Manje, he's implicated in everything. So guys, let's talk in the comment section about everything that has happened. Make sure you follow, like, comment, and
thank you, commissioners. Consequent to the meeting above, on the 26th November 2025, I received a series of threatening WhatsApp messages from Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. The charts are attached here to as per Annexure S4. May I continue, Commissioner?
Yes.
Hi, General. I trust you are well. You made arrangement that I meet this guy, Ket, because he is your friend, brother, and he needed my help to speak to General Kua to place orders of his contract.
On his contract.
On his contract, thank you. He volunteered an information about a house, I think, but I'll read as it is. What is worse is that after you told me about the discussion between you and him regarding Nangi, I asked you about your relationship with him. I still don't know how the two of you met to discuss about Nangi care. Besides voice recordings, cellular phone triangulation, and my vehicle tracker, including access footage, will confirm the date and time of our meeting, and for his own sake, I hope that those timelines are in line with what he said before the committee in relation to his arrest. This is the man who says he met you 7 years ago, which is contracting to what you told me that you grew up together. The fact that he's the one who introduced our meeting to the ad hoc committee and lied under oath. He invited me to make public the information that he gave me, which will put his life at risk. I'm still going to that committee. I hope he doesn't mind me exposing him to both Mr. So-and-so and Mr. So-and-so. I hope you won't blame me for risking his life because I have to tell the truth about our meeting. If he thinks he can fool the committee, it's okay, but I will not say much but to simply play a recording of our meeting verbatim because I have the record.
Made arrangements that start from there and go all the way to the end.
Thank you, Commissioners. Hi, General. I trust that you are well. You made arrangements that I meet this guy, Ket, because he is your friend and brother, and he needed my help to speak to General Kua to place orders on his contract. He volunteered an information about a house, address in something where Sibia collects money using the state vehicle, and that he paid 2 million towards Sibia's purchase of his plot. He also told me about Sibia's townhouse. The fact that he's the one who introduced our meeting at the ad hoc committee and lied under oath, he invited me to make public the information that he gave me, which will put his life at risk. I'm still going to that committee, and I hope he doesn't mind me exposing him to both Sibia and Mr. So-and-so. I hope you won't blame me for risking his life because I have to tell the truth about our meeting. If he thinks he can fool the committee, it's okay, but I will not say much, but to simply play a recording of our meeting verbatim because I have the record. What is worse is that after you told me about the discussion between you and him regarding Nangi, I asked you about your relationship with him. I still don't know how the two of you met to discuss about Nangi care. Besides voice recordings, cellular phones and triangulation and my vehicle tracker, including access footage, will confirm the date and time of our meeting, and for his own sake, I hope that those timelines are in line with what he said before the committee in relation to his arrest. This man says he met you 7 years ago, which is contradicting what you told me that you grew up together. I guess this will become clear as the investigation continues. That concludes the messages. So these names that are appearing there, there's one name short. I'm not. Please allow me not to mention it. But you can see, if you look deeper there at the back on the picture.
Sorry, Major General, why don't you want to mention the name? This is a media article, it's available on the news,
but
so I'm just
the
interested
media
to know what
article,
your...
Commissioners, does not talk about this other name that I don't want to mention. But if I'm compelled, I believe also I'll be protected if I'm going to mention that name, because the commission, we must assist the commission, and the commission must also be able to protect us.
You are not suggesting that there was anything improper about this, are you? I mean, this was the storage of drugs, and the picture concerned the fact that drugs had been found, and the people depicted there were there because of the drug past. Is that not so? Nothing improper about it. So I guess Ms. Hassim's point is, what's your problem with mentioning the names, or what's your issue?
Okay, if I'm requested to mention names, if the commissioners are saying so, I will gladly do so.
It's more wanting to understand why you do not want to mention them, especially if you accept that the context of just sketched is correct. Do you accept that the context is correct?
It's correct, Commissioners.
Then
allow me to mention names.
All right, thank you.
The people on the picture, 101, you'll see on your far right is General Sithole, the then National Commissioner of Police. Next to General Sithole is the Minister of Police, General Tele. Next to General Tele is the Provincial Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal, Lieutenant General Kwanas. Next to him is Lieutenant General Levia, the retired head of the Ox. This one who's putting a mask over him, I can't determine who is this person.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I mean, this is a good news story, isn't it?
Of course.
Okay, thanks.
Of course. Commissioners,